Huh. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, let's get a little more stuff set up here. Okay. I got one color I might need. So, let's do it. All right. So we're gonna do. Oh, hey. Put this thing down. Okay, that's on there nice and tight. Okay, we're gonna do a little winter scene today. This is gonna be one I'm gonna be teaching in class in December. So I'm gonna try to make a simple scene here. And I'll show you each step from beginning to end to make the whole thing. I'm gonna show you each piece of equipment I'm using, all the paints I'm using. What I have here is a 16 by 20 inch canvas. We will be using our liquid white here. I'll show you in a second. But the colors I'm going to be using are titanium white, and these are all oil paints. Titanium white, Prussian blue, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, midnight black, Indian yellow, cad yellow, and yellow ochre. Those are the colors. Kind of limited. That's the colors I'm using. The brushes I'm using, natural hair brushes, a 2-inch brush, a 1-inch brush, a filbert brush, large and small fan brushes, script liner, and palette knife. And that's all the equipment we're going to be using for today. So let me show you the stuff I'm using for our liquid white, our base coat. We're going to be using First Liquid Coat. It's the oil base color. It's what lets me blend and mix color on the canvas. Makes this whole process really easy. So we are going to go and put our liquid white on here. I'm just going to take the 1-inch brush and dip some in there, and we'll go different spots here. I'll show you the whole steps. Everything you need to do to make this work. A little bit more in there. Set that down. And I'm just doing little X strokes and just blending it all in there. Getting it all over the canvas there. Like that. And this is the long, boring part, but it's the most important part, because without this, you can't do this technique right. You'll be working on a dry canvas, and it'll take you forever to do this. The trash can was in my way. I just wanted to move it out the way. and just keep putting it on. And then I'll show you how you can test to see if you have enough on here. And if your arm does start getting tired, you're doing it correctly. And so most of the time I don't pick the brush up off the canvas. I just keep going. Just keep going, moving it all around. I think we have enough, but to test to see how much you have on there, take your fingers and touch in like a couple random spots. And you should have, if you can see your fingerprint, you have just enough. If you can't see your fingerprint, you don't have enough. And if there's too much on there, if your fingerprints are filled in completely, you have too much. So that's how you can tell if you have enough or not enough. All right. Wipe off my brush here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into, well, I'll brush these fingerprints out quick. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start off with some, CAD yellow right here. I'm just gonna pull some out and then tap your bristles right into it, just like this. And that gives you a nice even coating, even distribution on the bristles. Just like that. We're gonna come up here. And let's say our brightest spot's gonna be like over here somewhere. So we're gonna go maybe right here. Something right here. And we're just gonna work our way over like this. And then down here, we're gonna have water down here somewhere, I think. So I'm gonna go like this. Like that. And then I'm gonna go into some, what should I go into? Maybe some Indian yellow? Let's see. It's a little bit darker, like a golden yellow. Tap into the bristles though. Keep tapping in there. And that's going to be a little darker, so we're going to go right about maybe there. Something like that. A little bit over here. And I'm just doing little X strokes like this. That's all I'm doing, but I'm just doing it really fast. And maybe I'll go into some crimson. Maybe. Let's go into a little bit of crimson, just tap like we have been doing. And we'll go right here. Just kind of move your brush back and forth on this part. And we'll come down here and do the same thing. Like that. Like that. And then from there, we're going to go into a little bit of phthalo blue. We're going to pull some of that out like that. Like that. Just pull a little bit out and then just tap. Just like that. We haven't cleaned the brush yet at all. Just going to go in there, tap just a little bit, and up in your corners, you start up there. We're going to go like this. Do little X strokes just like this. Up at the top. And we'll work our way down like that. And up here, up at the top again. And working our way across. That, and then we'll come down here like this. Something like that. Oh, hang on a second. My dog wants to lay down. I'll be right back, guys. Hello, puppy. Okay. All right, here we go. Here you go, baby. Okay, I'm back. All right, folks. Clean my brush off. Nice dry clean. I don't know if it'll get all of it. We'll try it. I'm going to try to do a dry clean on a paper towel. Yeah, that's not getting it. Okay. I'm just going to use my thinner then. I was trying to be a little better about not using as much thinner and stuff, but it's just not working. So, thinner it is. And dry your brush off on here after you beat the devil out of it. And then we're going to go into a little bit more crimson up here. And I'm going to go right here. Just keep tapping into the brush. Or into the paint, sorry. Like that. Clean my brush again. dry it off. And we'll go, let's see here. I'm gonna go into a little bit of that yellow again, and I'm gonna finish this here. In here like this. A little bit of Indian yellow, finish that off. I forgot to put that in there. Crimson. Do that again. That's going to reflect our sky here. There's going to be water right here, and then we're going to have a little snowbank and some trees. That's what we're going to do there. So, okay. Okay, let's see here. I might take some, actually I'm going to start here and blend outward. I'm just doing the X strokes like this. I'm not lifting the brush up off the canvas, I'm just taking it and going across. And just working them. Like that. I'm going to blend this out a little bit more. I'm going to clean my brush each time I go back. I'm going to take my 2-inch brush and blend that out. I'm going to go like this. Real nice X strokes just like that. There we go. That's pretty nicely blended. Dry clean this. Get a fresh paper towel. A nice clean brush. So I think what I'm going to do is I might add some purpley looking clouds maybe. So I'm going to take a palette knife. I'm going to take some crimson. little bit of blue and mix them up pretty good. And to test to see what color you have, if you can't tell, take a little bit of white and mix into it. And that should tell you what color we have. We're gonna have this nice like lavendery type color here. That'll be good. And then I'm gonna take a fan brush. Just take some like this. And just take your fan brush and load it like this. And we're gonna go find some spots here, just kind of maybe one right there. And just kind of do a circular motion, but keep it moving so you don't keep just making it one big spot in the sky like that. So let's do another one right here. Maybe have a streaky. Another one like that. And then with a clean, dry 1-inch brush, we're gonna take the top corner and we're gonna come up here, to the canvas, we're gonna lift up like this. We're gonna touch the bottom of the cloud here. We're gonna blend this bottom part out like this. We're just gonna take and touch, do tiny little circular motions like this. Just like that. Just kind of blending it out. And what that does is it makes it nice and soft. See how soft that looks then? And then just kind of, and then just do it again with this one. And then for the stringy ones, just kind of drag a little bit, just like that. Like that. Then we got some little clouds there in the background. Okay. Yeah, I think that's good. Next, we're gonna do. Actually, I'll tell you what. We're gonna make our sun a little brighter right here. So to do that, I'm gonna take some white paint right on my finger like this. And what you want to do is just come up here and just touch, and just make a circle. Just go around like that. Like that. And it just makes it a little sun right there. And then what we're gonna do next is we're gonna do some background trees right here. So we're gonna take, might take a 1-inch brush here. Let's see, I might make up some more of this lavender color here. So I'm gonna take some more crimson, like that. Actually, I'm gonna use up all the crimson. Like that. Take a little bit more blue. I'm gonna take blue is very strong though, so you want to be careful how fast you add it. So just add a little bit at a time till you get, because it's easier to add paint. It's easier to add paint than it is to take away. So, and if you're not sure what that looks like how dark it is or anything, take some white paint off to the side. That's what color we have. That like light mauve color, mauve, lavender. That's kind of like what I'm looking for there. So. Mix up my little pile here. Okay. And then I'm going to take my 1-inch brush like this. I'm just going to tap right into the paint, just like that. Even distribution of paint on the bristles. And we're going to come up here. We're going to make like some tree shapes here. We're going to just kind of see how nice that looks. Like that. And then we're going to take a script liner and we're going to go into some thin down some black paint. We're going to make like little tree trunk looking things right here. I didn't add enough thinner. Oopsie. Want it nice and thin, almost like ink, like a watery, runny, and you want to twirl the bristles and pull down so that it gets a nice sharp point. And then we're going to make some little tree things right here in the background. Keep loading your brush. And it helps if you have a shaky hand for this, because like tree branches, they aren't perfectly straight. They have little crooks and wriggles in them. So that can work to your advantage if you have a nice shaky hand, like little twitch here and there. That's actually helpful. So if you have if your hand is nervous, that works really good for you. Just kind of go and like squiggle some little lines in there. And it looks like tree trunks and branches and stuff all off in the distance here. So that actually helps you out there. And usually I start down here a little bit underneath where the tree leaves are. And I just kind of go and get a couple in there. Just kind of and looks like the sunlight's coming through the trees there. If that's helpful to you. And again, just keep reloading as often as you need to. And this is going to be some little tree branches and little dewars here. These are off in the distance, so there's not a whole lot of detail yet. So these are just basic shapes we're putting in, just, you know, catching a glimpse of them. Excuse me. Maybe there's one there. Another one come out there. Maybe there's some more back here. Just kind of. And it just helps to, and if you have plenty of time, you can add as many or as few as you want. It's all up to you, however you want to do it. You are the artist. You do whatever you want to this. I'm going to have some fun here. I'm just going to kind of just make some little... See, look at that. It looks like we spent hours and hours on this, and we've only been doing this for like, what, 2 minutes now? I don't know. Not very long. See? Pretty neat. Pretty cool. It just looks like tons of little tree limbs and stuff back there. And I'm going to clean that off quick. So something else I'm going to do is I'm going to add some snow, like at the base of these, kind of diffuse that up a little bit. So I think I'm going to take, maybe I'll clean this one off. I don't know. Maybe. I'm going to set my palette down. And I'm going to get some paper towels. I'm going to do some dry clean on here. Let's see how well I can get this off of here. Because you don't need thinner during the painting. You don't need to have thinner to clean your brushes during a painting. Because look at all that paint I'm getting off of there. I'm just taking and just scrubbing into the paper towel like that. Like that. Look at all that paint we're getting out of there. Look at that. And you can fold over and you can start again over here. See how much paint that's picking up, how much it's cleaning the brush. That's what we're looking for. A nice clean brush, see? Nice clean. Yeah. I don't even need the thinner. I just use it because it helps speed up the process, but you don't actually need to use it. A lot of painters I know, they do it, they use the thinner only after they're done, and they do the final cleanup on their brushes. So we're going to take some white paint, and we're going to go right into this, and we're going to go just kind of make a little, we're going to cut those bottoms off like that. See that? See how, because we dragged that this way, all that purple that was down here, it just kind of made like a little ridge, a little snowbank right there. And all you did was just go across. It took 5 seconds. Pretty neat, huh? Come down here again, do that. Like that. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a couple of evergreen trees, if I can get it right. Let me get that right there. So let's do that. And for that, we're going to take a fan brush like this. We'll load it into our black paint, real thick, dark paint there. And make sure you load it nice and full. And we're going to come up here like this. We're going to go touch like that. That's where our trunk is going to be, right there, there, and kind of work your way down, right there. And then right here, take the corner of your fan brush, take this corner, come up here, and you want to put down and use the corner and just touch. But you want to go back and forth. Touch. And work your way back and forth. Like that. Touch, touch, touch. Middle, middle, middle. Left, left, left. Middle, middle, middle. Right, right, right. Middle, middle, middle. And you just kind of make it like a Z pattern. As you're going down, you just kind of make little Z's. Like that. You keep working backwards, and the further down you go, the harder you can press. See how I'm putting a lot of pressure on in there now? Just like that. Like that. And then we'll do another one right here. Well, let's see. Do this one right. Maybe right there. This one's going to be more in the foreground. Right there, there, there. And he's going to be right there in the snow. That's where our trunk's going to be. So we're going to stop probably about here, and I'll show you a trick to do with that then. But we're going to load our brush up again. Same thing. We're going to come up here with our corner and touch. Go back and forth. Touch, touch, touch. And you can reload your brush as often as you need to. Like that. There. Now what we're going to do with our white paint, go into a little bit of that, and we're going to go and we're just going to kind of make a little bump like that. little snowy bank. Actually, I'll tell you what, we're gonna go like that. Take our yellow and go right over top of that. Make it look like that sunlight's just zinging off of there. And then we'll get some of that white on there. We'll just kind of. Something like that. And then there's another separation here. There's another hill, and we're gonna have another pine tree or two right here in the foreground. Right here is gonna be a little bank, and then here's our reflections, which we're gonna add those in later. But that's what we're gonna do. And we're gonna take our fan brush again, go back into some of that dark paint, just like that. And we're gonna, let's say, right about there. And we're not covering all these up, we want to keep those. So. I'm just trying to decide where my tree wants to live. How about right there? We'll bring it down right here. So then this one, when we put this in, it's going to push all this other stuff back. And let's see here. We're going to go touch. Like that. Actually. And then we're going to take yellow, purple. Take that and pull. Like that. And then we can start adding some of our reflections down here. We're going to take our fan brush that we've been using for the darks, and we're just going to kind of go like this, and just kind of like that. He's off in the distance. So we're going to go. Like that. And then this guy is going to be right there. And just pushing upwards. Like that. And then this guy's right here. He's a big one, so we're gonna go boom, 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 boom. Right there. And then we got our reflections. See how easy that is? Pretty neat. And then we're gonna put a bank here, and then it's gonna kind of, we're gonna have rocks and stuff there, kind of covering that up. But we're gonna add, maybe we'll add another one right up here somewhere. Let's see. I think we're gonna do that. And then we'll add our trunks and our highlights. So I think I'm gonna add another one right about there. And he's gonna live right there. Boom, 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 boom. Something like that. Take our brush and kind of just take. Something like that. Get our shadows going because the sun's over here. Our light source is coming from this direction this way, so our shadow is going to be on this side. And then we're going to do, what are we going to do? We're going to make our tree reflections here. So he's about right there. And so he's going to, so when we were making this, we were pushing down. On this side, we're going to push up. Just like that. Take the bristles and just push upward. And that way it'll look like it's a mirror image of it. Look at that. I think I'll add another one. Somewhere back here, maybe. Maybe. I feel like it's missing something. I don't know. I'll add another one way back there. There. I'll add another one right there since we added one up here. Right there, like that. Like that. I think I'm good with that. So now, what we can do is we can add our trunks in. And this is going to be our shoreline right here. Right there. It's going to be our little shoreline. And We'll add some like rocks and stuff there soon. But I'm gonna clean my brush off. Clean that out. Clean that bad boy out. Take my little knife and I'm gonna clean it off. And then what we're gonna do is take some of that dark sienna we had, pull some out of there, get some white, mix in there. And we're gonna leave it marbled just like this. And we're gonna take and cut a little bit off of there, get a little roll. And this is gonna be our tree trunk. So we're gonna start back here and we're gonna touch and pull slightly. Like that. Same thing. A little bit. Touch, push, touch, pull. There, and you can see the trunks in there, and then when we put our highlights on, most of that's going to be covered up, but some of them will show through. So that's pretty cool. So something else you could do with your palette knife is take it and put it up like this, and just kind of sharpen the tops of those trees like this. Like that. Nice tall sharp branch at the top there. And then if you want to also, you can like scratch in little twigs and stuff. Scratching some like little dead branches and stuff like that. And you can do the same thing back here, just kind of like that. Just kind of give it a little something extra. And see, it looks like you worked for hours on that and you didn't do really anything. So then we're going to take our fan brush. Actually, yeah, I'm going to take my fan brush, go into some liquid white. Get some of that liquid white on there. And go into that white paint you have over here. Take a little bit of that yellow. There we go. Like a light, like yellowish white is what we're looking for. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load the bristles. And this is going to be our highlight color for our trees. So we're going to come back here. And since our light source is on this side, we're going to go up on our right side of our tree and just kind of touch. And as it goes down, it should get darker. So we're going to do that. Touch. Touch, touch. And then this side we're gonna have right there, touch, 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 touch. Sometimes you have to load up, make sure you have enough liquid white to make it thinner. Because a thin paint sticks to a thin, or a thin paint sticks to a thin paint. Is what I was trying to say. We're gonna just touch. And we're just showing the indication of some snow on the branches and stuff. And do this one. There. These are going to be like that. I'm going to throw some of those in there. And just kind of do the same thing, but the reflections, you don't have to get as detailed because these are going to get blurred when we pull them down anyway. So just give the indication that they're there, but you don't have to go real crazy with it. So then we're going to do our little bank here. So I'm going to take my little 1-inch brush and I'm going to, let's see here. Maybe a little Indian yellow, maybe. Maybe. Tell you what, we're gonna make our bank. No. Hang on a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. We're gonna do our reflections. We're gonna pull down. Just touch, pull down slightly. Just a little bit. Barely touch. And then we go across. Soften them. See how we got all them reflections there then? You know what I didn't do? I didn't put my reflections of the other trees back there. Uh-oh. So we're gonna do that. Do that quick. There. do that again. There we go. And we're going to drag across. Like that. And we got our instant reflections there. And then we're going to take our little palette knife. I'm going to set that liquid white right over here. Some ice here. There's some ice at the bottom there. And our bank. Mix that. Real light touch. Just kind of pull. Just kind of pull. Just kind of graze over it. Like that. I'll tell you what, we're gonna fix some of that there. That yellow there. I'm gonna fix that right now. So I'm gonna go like that. I'm gonna do that. I'm actually going to need more white, just a little bit. Tiny bit. Tiny bit. Clean my brush off here quick. Right into some of that white. Just tap into that. Whoosh. Like that. And then we fixed it. And then we're gonna add our little little ripples in our water. Okay, and we are almost done with this. Okay, I'm gonna set this in my cleaner. Clean that off. Okay, a little bit of liquid white. Now we're gonna come up here and go. And just do like a sawing motion. Just cut across in your paint and just do a little sawing motion. There we go. Something like that. Cut across, get that little roll of paint. We're gonna go just make some snowy ice looking stuff here. Whoosh. Look at that. There we go. That looks pretty good. I like that. All right. And now I think we're finished with it. So I'm gonna take. Oh no, I didn't have any red. Well, I'll use. Let's see. Use my crimson. I'll sign this thing. There we go. Alrighty, and that's what we got. A nice little winter scene. Got a little bit of this and that going on, but I think it turned out pretty good. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to do that. This is probably going to be the one we use for class when I teach in December coming up. So hope you guys are interested in trying this one out. I will catch you later. Thank you all. Bye.